I wonder if on a VIP tour, if they can take you into the corridors. I'm
Utilidors.
utilidors. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm curious.
If so,
Can I spend my entire time in the Disney break room with the VIP tour guide?
yeah, please. They have like
Slash, can I put
cafeterias
on
and
a Stitch costume?
no, that would be creepy. Don't do that, Fred.
Like the actual Stitch that the cast
Yeah,
members wear? Like, I just want to
can
try it
it
on one time.
just
Like,
once?
just for 5 minutes. I want to wear Stitch.
And the second you try it on is when you'll go out in handcuffs.
And I mean, but if I'm on a VIP tour guide, like, can I wear Stitch just for
What do
five
I have to
minutes?
sign in order for this to be a legally binding document?
What is up, and welcome to a very special edition of Going Beyond the Castle. As you can see, we are down one person tonight, and this is officially going to be the Chaos Twin episode because Lori has abandoned us.
She has.
Yeah, so something about COVID, I don't really know, but it's fine. So super excited to be here. I am one of your hosts, Fred Briley, normally with Enchained Away Travel, but tonight I am going to be known as Chaos Twin number one. And with me, as always, is the fabulous Ashley Rude, who is going to be Chaos Twin number two.
Here I am.
So,
Hopefully, I can be as funny as Lori. I don't know.
I mean, all you got to do is say TikTok,
TikTok
right? So,
and be afraid of swimming in pools. Maybe.
right? I still don't get that one. I went swimming today at the Hard Rock. I wonder if she goes swimming at the Hard Rock when she goes and visits. I'm going to have to ask her that.
I think you should
I
for
will.
sure.
So yeah, super excited to be back for episode number 38. As we dive into being bougie at Disney versus being cheap at Disney. So super exciting topic. You know, it's a conversation that, as travel agents, we have all the time. Where should I stay? What are the differences between these resorts? Like there's you could definitely go to Disney, and save a lot of money, or you can go to Disney and spend all of your money. So lots of ways to do that, which we'll dive into a couple different ways tonight. But before we do, of course, we do have a couple of announcements, which I don't know about either of them, so it's fine.
That's okay. Announcement number one is the long-awaited Halloween overlay at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar is coming.
I did know about that. That's a lie. I knew about that one.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I haven't been there for the Christmas overlay. I've been outside for it, but I've never
Yeah.
been inside. And it's super cool. So I'm really excited for the Halloween overlay over there.
It is. I think it's officially my favorite time of year because it may be August 3rd and we still may have like 60 days, but it's officially spooky season and the horror movies are starting. The Halloween is hitting. It's a fabulous time of year.
Are you a horror movie guy?
Oh yes, and it's very
Oh, no, I am not.
it's neither is Rachel. So most of the time I lay in bed and watch horror movies on my iPad, very down low
Yeah.
because she don't like scary movies. So
No.
I love them though, which it's not really a scream movie, or I mean, it's not really a scary movie. It's a thriller, but the Scream movies are my favorite. Like they are go to
Really?
every year. I gotta watch all the Scream movies.
It's like every year at Christmas you have to go through, all your movies. You also have to go through all the movies for Halloween.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You have your lineup.
I do. Halloween and Christmas are top tier times for me, movie and decoration. I turn into Clark Griswold both seasons, so it's quite fun.
Do you have like the Halloween inflatables and stuff? Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Way to go. Over at the Hangar Bar, there's a couple food offerings too that look pretty delicious. There looks to be some type of chicken biscuit,
Mhm.
like a spicy chicken biscuit kind of thing. It has pictures, but it doesn't have like the actual names of the food,
That's
which is
okay.
weird. Yeah, but the food does look good. The overlay is super exciting.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, maybe I will. So I have all my like coasters here, and I had like a Jock Lindsay's one, and my kid ripped it today, and so I was like, well, sounds like a good excuse to go back in
Why
September.
we can't have nice things?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, excited for that. And then the other announcement I had, which I just lost my page,
Animal Kingdom
is
Lodge
the
refurbishment.
yeah, the Animal Kingdom Lodge refurbishment. They just refurbed it not too long ago, so I'm very curious to see how this goes. I don't want it to lose the theming that it currently has.
I don't think it will. Animal Kingdom's like one of those ones. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I say that it could easily change, but I mean, we stayed at Animal Kingdom back in 2019, and just top tier resort. Like it is absolutely gorgeous. The rooms are gorgeous. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely hope that they keep the same vibe throughout the resort and just maybe clean it up, update it a little bit.
Yeah, it says it's getting a hard goods refurbishment, so they're stripping it down
Yeah.
to paint pretty much. Don't ruin what is good, Disney.
Right?
Don't ruin a good thing.
Yeah, I love Animal Kingdom Lodge. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
stay there next year if we can go.
Before or after your foundation sinks.
Probably before.
Let's move on to the chaotic news we have this week.
Yes.
Lori sent these, so thank you, Lori.
In honor of Lori.
That was just for you,
Yep.
podcast princess. First news article: Kentucky woman tries to bring meth into Magic Kingdom.
As someone from Kentucky, born and raised, this is right on par.
Yeah,
Maybe it was accidental. You never know. Like, what if it was an accident? Maybe she meant to leave her meth at home.
She should have. It said they found a tin, a metal tin, just laying around. So they picked it up, opened it. It was meth, and they're like, "What is this?" And she was like, "Oh, my goodies for when I have a headache." And it's like, well, there's a lot of things that'll help you get rid of a headache, and on the list of them, meth does not make the top 3.
I mean, if your headache is induced by the lack of meth, then the meth will help.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs. Say no to drugs.
Yeah, and do not take them to the Disney parks.
Don't take them to Disney.
Yeah,
man, that would have been and on a serious note, that would have been absolutely crazy if a kid had found that
yeah,
and done something with it. That would have just been crazy. So thankful Disney does have some really fabulous security. So thankfully they were able to find it before it got into the wrong hands.
Yeah. Lori's here. Hi, Lori.
Hi,
We hope you
Lori.
get better.
I'm here, but I'm not well. Well,
We're just
it could be worse.
You're here. I wonder.
I mean, she could be worse. I'm not wrong.
No, and hopefully she doesn't get worse. Hopefully she gets better.
I think she will. I think she just has, I feel like it's probably just a head cold. They just misdiagnosed it. She's being over dramatic. She doesn't really have COVID. She's gonna wake up and be fine tomorrow. I have faith.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a migraine.
Yeah, it's just a migraine. Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
Yeah, Lori. Do you have meth? Just curious. Next story, and Lori and I were actually talking about this yesterday when I was on TikTok Live. P.S. Come join us on TikTok Live when we're there.
Yeah.
A woman attempted to smuggle 2 turtles in her bra at the airport.
Were they in separate sides, or were they both on
Baskets?
one side?
I don't know. I was going to send you guys, we went to the zoo today, and there were giant tortoises there. I was going to send you guys a picture that said, hopefully no one steals these tortoises and puts them in their bra.
At least they weren't snapping turtles. One.
That's what we said.
Because that would have been awful.
And it was in Miami. And my only question is, where was she going? Was she going somewhere that doesn't have turtles? Was she on meth?
What? I had more words to say about the meth than I did the turtles. And I don't get it. What do you need to smuggle turtles onto an airplane for? What are you going to do with the turtles once you get on the airplane? Are you just going to leave them in your bra? Or are you going to take them out, give them some water, feed them?
Well,
are you just going to be
dead.
And it's just
pet them?
Flight attendant just walks by and
what do you do? You're just massaging your breast.
Lori's currently sitting in her bed, just judging the crap out of us.
Yeah, just shaking her head.
And that's fine.
We're live on Twitter. We're live on TikTok too. I don't know if you mentioned that. So.
Oh yes, we are. So this is what happens when you get sick, Lori. Don't leave us because it's gonna end poorly.
Yeah, we've already lost control. We don't even know. Do you have any?
How far did she make it into the airport with the turtles in her bra? Was it through the security when they were those don't look like boobs. Those are turtles.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also, can we get the TSA agent on our podcast to interview him or her?
I would 100% love to chat with them.
I would pay a lot of money.
Honestly, I'd love to chat with any TSA agent.
Yeah.
They've seen some shit.
Oh yeah, they have. Like, let's look at the turtles. Like, what are you turtles? Like, just check them
uh
in your check bag. Like,
yeah. And what really bothers me is one of them was dead.
poor turtle,
So like they
suffocated.
posted a picture of the turtles. One of them is just wrapped in saran wrap. I assume that's the dead
Oh
one.
dear,
And then the other one is just like living his life.
poor turtle. There's probably some like animal rights people out there protesting right now.
Oh, they're so mad. They're so mad.
All right. Well, shall we dive into tonight's topic?
We shall.
So,
Uh,
so tonight we are talking all things um, Disney on a budget versus Disney, you know cheap, or
in
I don't
luxury.
Disney on a budget versus Disney on luxury. So, I think the best place to start is, of course, where you're laying your head at night when you're on your trip, and that's the different resort options that you have.
Mm-hmm. There is value, moderate, and deluxe. Value being the cheapest, moderate being the mm, moderately expensive, and then deluxe is being your most expensive resorts.
I think I have stated all three levels at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have two. I think this is where we're headed, but if you're saying value, you literally just like have a place to sleep at night. There's
Yeah,
not much to it. And I mean honestly, the value resorts have the best like theming for like kids.
yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, your value resorts make up the all stars, sports, movies, music, pop century, and art of animation, all which just have, again, sports was not my favorite,
Yeah.
but still, it that really does. All five of those resorts have really fabulous theming that is really kid focused. It
Yeah.
really gets back to, I was having the conversation with my barber on Friday about, like, Disney versus Universal, and Disney is the whole foundation of Disney comes from Walt's idea that he wants to have a place where adults can go back and be kids again. And that's really
Mhm.
what all five of those resorts do. Between the theming, that the rooms, they're all the same
Yeah.
except
They
for
all
Art of
look the same.
Animation. But Pop Century and the three All Stars, all the rooms are the same theming. But the resort itself really does just have great theming that pulls people in, and just makes them feel the magic that is staying on Disney property.
Yeah, definitely. And if you have younger kids, then most definitely do value because it's easily the most appetizing for them.
Yeah, and I mean, with a value resort, I mean, like you said, you're getting the bare minimum. When I very first went to Disney for the very first time, we stayed at Caribbean Beach Resort, which was a nice resort. It's a moderate resort. But I very vividly remember my father-in-law Bob telling me, like, the resort is really nothing. Like, it's a place to lay your head at night. Um,
Yeah.
and that's what it comes down to when you're staying at a value resort, is just a place to lay your head. Um, you know,
Yep.
if you do have kids, there's a lot. It is super family friendly. There's which, I mean, all the resorts really are. But
Yeah.
specifically Pop Century, that's my home resort. Like, that's where we love to stay. Between the evening s'mores campfires, between, all the arts and crafts stuff that they do, the trivia that they do throughout the day, the movie nights. Like, there's just so much kid centered stuff to do at the Valley resorts.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
just really is great for families. And it's cheap. Like, your all stars are gonna be your cheapest all day,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they're all fairly pretty cheap.
Yeah. And then that's not to say that like the moderate and deluxe resorts aren't for kids as well. Once
Yeah,
you get up to like the moderate resorts, yes, there are nicer rooms, there are nicer amenities, and also the pools have water slides. So that is a draw for the kids.
yeah,
We also, the only moderate, well, I guess we stayed at Coronado Springs too, but we stayed at Kirby Beach in Coronado.
yeah.
And I was on the water slides. I was like 25. I didn't care.
Yeah, I feel like your
Um,
moderate resorts are really kinda like a graduation from value, but you're like, "I'm not bougie enough to stay at the deluxe resorts."
no.
Because your kids, like, when we went last year, we ate at 1900 Park Fair. and
Mhm.
that's it, you know, Disney's Grand Floridian, and I couldn't get my kids out of there fast enough because they were acting like demons, and it was just like, "Oh my god, we're this is too nice of a resort for my children to be acting like this." But, like, there are there are families that stay there with young kids, like, all of the
Yeah.
resorts are made for kids. It's
Mhm.
just how much money you wanna spend on a room is what it comes down to.
Yeah. Yeah. At what price point do you want to enjoy your
Yeah.
vacation?
So, yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, like we talked about, I've stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, super gorgeous resort. You know, we only did it because we wanted the free dining that was taking place back in 2019. And in order to
Mhm.
get the free dining plan, you had to stay at a deluxe resort. So we were like, why not? It balanced out. So we did it. But I
Yeah,
can
definitely.
almost guarantee you we'll probably never stay at a deluxe resort again.
Yeah, I stayed at Beach Club
Mm.
with a friend, and her parents were DVC, and that was their home resort. She's like, do you want to stay at Beach Club? My parents are DVC, so like you just need to buy your tickets." I was like, "Hell yeah, I do."
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, that was an amazing experience. I mean, we were footsteps from Epcot,
Yeah.
so that was awesome.
Yeah.
We would just pop over. It was during food and wine. We'd pop over. We'd have a couple drinks. We'd go back to our room.
Yeah. Like, staying at those nicer resorts, like, you really do, that's one of the perks that comes with staying at a nicer resort is you're gonna be closer to the parks, like,
Yeah.
especially, if you stay at Boardwalk Beach Club, if you stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge, if you stay at Grand Floridian, Contemporary, the Polynesian, like, it's literally, like, 5 minutes to get to the park that's right there.
Yeah.
Now, if you stay at the Magic Kingdom resorts, it's gonna be a little bit longer to get to the other resorts, but again, still, like, you're right there by the main park.
Can always walk.
Facts. Or you could take a ferry, but apparently that crashes, so,
Yeah. I am eager to hear what comes out of that.
yeah, more details to come on the ferry crash because
Yeah.
that is worth talking about, like,
They said it was during a heavy storm, which is understandable.
I
I
would
understand.
I would fake the crap out of some injuries and be like, "I need an annual pass," because I mean, like, look at it, like, the Skyliner is a fabulous example, like, people
Oh
just
yeah.
get stuck on a Skyliner, which, I get it. Some people are deathly scared of heights.
Mhm.
And so going on the Skyliner is a big thing for them. Or, during the summer, I get it. There's no air conditioning in the
Mhm.
Skyliner.
Mhm.
But if you told me that if I got stuck on a Skyliner for 2 hours, that you would give me free tickets,
Sign me up.
where's the sign up list? Like,
Yeah.
sorry, Disney, but it's expensive. Like, I need free stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. An interesting quote from this article I have pulled up too. It's from blogmickey.com. Is that it says people weren't just falling, they were flying.
I would, if as soon as the crash happened, I would fall overboard. Like, even if I was nowhere near, I would just run and jump overboard. And just
I
be
think
like,
I
"Oh
would
no, what
just
happened?"
yeah, no, I would have somebody break my leg.
Yeah,
I'd fall to the ground and be like, Gabby,
yeah.
step on my leg.
Step on my
Hurry.
leg.
Stomp on my ankle. Now.
I would just milk the crap out of that.
Yeah, yeah. But there were injuries. We hope everyone's okay.
Facts.
No one seemed to be like critical. And we're awaiting more information on what actually happened. The article says they're keeping that information very close to the cuff right now,
Of course
which
they are.
is understandable. Yeah, they, they are Disney.
Back on topic. Staying on site, like, I think there are a lot of perks that come with staying on site that, because, I saw this conversation on one of the Disney groups today, and they were, it was a post from, I think it was a first time family maybe, and they were just like, this is our first trip. We want to stay on property, but it's more expensive than staying anywhere off property. Um, and so, like, what are the actual advantages to staying on property? Like, why should we actually pay more money to stay
Hmm.
on property? And I got on there. I listed out a whole bunch of reasons from being in the Disney bubble. I mean, you are legit paying to be in the Disney bubble and to utilize the Disney transportation. But, like, I also mentioned,
Right.
like, the dining plan. The dining plan, which we'll get into a little bit further in the episode, is just a fabulous option. Especially as we come into 2026. and the kids dine free incentive that they have out there that's about to launch next year. The lightning lane availability is going to be better. Like there really
Uh-huh.
just are like you're not paying that much more to stay on Disney. I mean, unless you stay in the Grand Floridian, then I mean that's on you. But like, it's really not that big of a price difference to stay in, an All Star Sports Family Suite or at Pop Century versus staying off site. Like, it's really not that much more expensive, and you're getting
Yeah.
so many more perks.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week. Like you're taking so much time out of your vacation just traveling to and from.
Yeah,
So once you're staying on site, just let Disney handle it. You know,
yeah, absolutely.
if you fly in, great. You take a Mears bus and you use Disney transportation. But even if you drive in, like my family's driving in next month, and we plan to drive our car there and park it at All Star Sports.
We've done that.
Yeah, I mean, granted, we're gonna have a couple days off. We'll take our car and we'll go to Character Warehouse. Good night, Lori. We
Bye,
love you.
Lori.
Feel better.
We'll talk crap about you once you go to sleep.
Yep, hurry up and go to sleep so we can continue talking about you. We'll take the car. We'll go to Character Warehouse. We'll take the car. Maybe we'll go to City Walk for a
Yeah,
couple hours. Like you are giving yourself more options when you drive down. That's a whole different conversation.
yeah.
But like you said, staying value is where it's at. And also, I think another perk that wasn't on the sheet that is important to us is the bounce back offer. You stay
Oh,
on site, you get that bounce back offer. Once you leave, it's good for a week.
yeah. Yeah, typically you can expect, if I remember correctly, you can save up to 20% off a value resort, 25% off a moderate resort, or 30% off of a deluxe resort. So
Yeah.
uh, I've used, we've used the bounce back offer all the time.
Yep.
Um, Lots of tips and tricks to do with the bounce back offer, but it really is a fabulous thing. Like, you know, a lot of
Just takes
people,
$200.
yeah, I mean, it takes $200 and just go ahead. Well, I tell everybody, go ahead, take advantage of the bounce back offer, lock it in. If it doesn't work out, you know,
Get your money back.
get your money back or move your trip. Just move your trip. Like you
Yeah.
can, if something happens and you're not available to go during that time, you can move to another window that's available within the bounce back offer. So it's not like once you book that bounce back offer, that's your only date. Like you can,
Oh
once it's
yeah.
booked within the 7 days, you can continue to move it if something comes up.
Yeah. This trip we're taking, we've moved it a million times. At one point, we are like, they're just going to take the whole thing away from us because we've moved it so many times.
Yep.
Like, we've switched resorts, we've switched dates, we've added days, we've taken away days. Like, you are free to do whatever you want with that bounce back offer.
Yeah.
And Disney will tell you what you can't do, trust me.
Yeah. Facts.
So, but yeah, I think that's an excellent perk.
And then I think the last thing looking specifically at resorts is like, I don't think I think it's just the vibe that you want to experience. Like that's one of the great things about, Disney. If you want to do cheap, you can do cheap. If you want to do expensive, you can do expensive. If there's a certain vibe that you there's a little gnat that
Tourette's.
keeps like um no, if you want to experience like the French Quarter, like go stay at Port Orleans French Quarter. If you want to experience, throwback, go stay at Pop Centuries. If you want to experience like Hawaii, go stay at the Polynesian. Like
Yes, please.
facts. There's all these different vibes that you can in these environments that you can experience at Disney, which is one of the great things. So like I wouldn't necessarily say there's like a resort level or a resort that's better for a certain person. Like I just think it's whatever you feel. Like go cheap, go big, or just pick a vibe, like and have a great time.
Your Disney vacation is literally choose your own adventure and do whatever you want with it.
Yep. For sure.
And every vacation is going to be different. So, choose wisely.
Yeah. Like we said, I've stayed at all the different resort levels, stayed at multiple different resorts. And every vacation has been different. Like, when Jamel and I went back in May, it was very different for them from when, Rachel and I and the girls went in September, or from when, we stayed at Animal Kingdom back in 2019. Like every trip that you take, you really get to customize it how you want to make it as magical as you want it.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Up next, dining dollars, quick bites or signature sips.
Dining plan options.
Are you
If I'm not mistaken,
are you a dining plan person?
no,
No?
we
Neither
are
is
not.
Lori, and that's okay. We had an episode a while back about I wanna say it was back in January, about the dining plan and just whether it was worth it. Um, and, it's a conversation that comes up in all of your Facebook groups. Like, "Should
Mhm.
I do the dining plan?" Like,
I think once our kids get a little older, definitely.
yeah.
But right now, and this is definitely something to think about when you go on vacation. And I was kind of talking about it yesterday. Like, we're not a dining plan family because the kids just want to ride rides. Where's the gnat? Where's the fly?
That way.
The kids just want to ride rides. They don't want to
Yeah,
stop and eat, and they don't have an appetite because they're more worried about going to ride
yeah,
Splash Mountain, not Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So like they split a meal because they're not hungry.
right. Yep.
So at that point, like the dining plan isn't worth it for us yet.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of factors, like, you really have to weigh in, like, now I miss the days when there were 3 different dining plans.
Mm-hmm.
I also miss the days when there were 2 snacks instead of 1 snack.
Right.
Um, but, like, you do have the Disney dining plan, which is 1 quick service meal and 1 table service meal and 1 snack. And then you also have the quick service meal, which is 2 quick service, meals and 1 snack. I think it really just depends, like, again, I think it depends on your kids and,
Mm-hmm.
your family. Like, if your family is not big eaters, either do either do the quick service meal or don't get a dining plan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
For us, like, when we travel, like, we are just all about the all-inclusive feel, and that's why we get it for us is because we love the feeling of just paying for everything in advance. Like, we know that it may not balance out. It may be more expensive to get the dining plan than paying out of pocket. But for us, like, it feels great to have it feels magical to go and just be like, "Are you paying with the dining plan?" "Yep." Boop. And then we don't have to pay for it. Like, it's already paid for.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Um. Yeah. I just think right now our kids are how old are they? 6 and 7. They'll be 7 and 8 when we
Yeah.
go. So definitely we're looking at a dining plan in the next few years. But
Yeah. Which, we mentioned it earlier, like, the in 2026, the dining plan is gonna be included for kids 3 to 9. And so that is fabulous. Like, if you're staying at a value or moderate resort, you're gonna get the quick service plan. If you're staying at a deluxe resort, you're gonna get the Disney dining plan. But I mean, we Rachel and I were talking about it today. If we were to take a trip next year, we'd have 2 4-year-olds and an infant. Um, so, like, we'd only be paying for Rachel and I's food, which would be fabulous.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
especially when we're already gonna stay at a value resort, like, it just makes sense n to do the quick service.
Yeah. Definitely. Along with like eating on a budget, we do a lot of snacks.
Yeah.
Um, we do splurge on signature dining, so we'll get to that in a second. But like snacks keep the kids chill. Like you're waiting for the bus, great, give them a bag of goldfish. They're in line and they're getting antsy, give them some fruit snacks. Like that's what kind of keeps our kids mellow and it keeps them going. So throughout the day they're getting snacks all day, which also just
Yeah.
doesn't give them an appetite at all.
And I mean, speaking of the dining plan, you absolutely don't have to do a dining plan. Like,
No.
I know, Disney is super lenient on what you can bring into the parks. So
Mm-hmm.
I know tons of people that, I've said it before on the podcast, like, my family is groceries for breakfast. We order mini
Yep.
muffins, we order fruits,
Pop
we order
tarts.
Pop-Tarts, bagels, and we eat it on the go.
Yep.
You could order Uncrustables and chips and have them delivered to your resort, and that's what you eat for lunch. Um, and then you could always do a
We're
quick
doing
service meal when you're
Uncrustables.
in the parks, because, like, a quick service meal, you're gonna pay as much money for a quick service meal in the parks as you're gonna pay anywhere off-site.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
If
gonna
not
pay just
more.
as much money if you go to McDonald's. Um, but
Especially the one on Disney property.
yeah, we don't speak of that one. That's not Disney.
No. No, no, no.
So, like, there's a lot of great ways that you can eat at Disney. Like, you don't have to do a dining plan. You can do a dining
Mm-mm.
plan. It's absolutely fabulous. But
We are
again,
both here to tell you about each
yeah,
way.
I will
Dining
tell
plan or
you,
no dining plan.
when we went in May and I was going with Jamel, we were not planning to use the dining plan. We were just gonna pay out of pocket. And then like I started sitting down and I was like, what would I already knew what we were eating, and I was like, what am I gonna order at each of these restaurants?
Mhm.
And so I'm a big I don't drink a lot. I don't. I maybe drink once a quarter, but when I go to Disney, I drink because they have
Yeah.
some fabulous drinks.
Yeah.
So I'm a big alcohol with dinner person. I'm a big getting the big meals, and so I started doing the math, and it actually was cheaper to do the dining plan rather than paying out of pocket. So like that's
Mhm.
also something you have to take in consideration too when you're doing your trip. Like, if you're considering it, sit down and be like, hey, what would my family actually order? And do the math and be like, okay, it actually is going to be cheaper, which 9 times out of 10, if you're going to order water and you're not going to order alcohol, it's not going to be worth it. Like,
Mhm.
it's just cheaper to pay for it out of pocket. It is.
Yeah. Absolutely. And good for you. If you're drinking water all day, I don't know how you do it.
No, no, I can't do it.
No, not at all. Um, let's talk about the different ways you can eat, splurging on signature dining, character meals, and dining events. We do try and splurge, once or twice during our trips. We weren't going to this trip, but last week we ended up booking Hoop to Do Review, and that's our one splurge that we will always make. Super excited for it, but we always try and do, we'll do Hoop Doo. We're doing T Rex for the kids. I don't want to talk about it. And then, we'll try and throw in one or two others if need be. But other than that, we typically just do quick service. In my opinion, I don't prefer character meals. The only one I do prefer is the breakfast at Ohana.
It's fair. See, we're always big quick service lunch and table service dinner. And
Yeah.
when I was introduced to Disney, we weren't very big on character meals.
Hmm.
I think Tusker House was maybe the only character meal that we did my very first trip.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't do Yak and Yeti. That was pre Disney me, so I don't really know. But like nowadays, we're all about the character meals, especially with the kids. We're also all about it. We were all about it, especially because kids under 3, a lot of your character meals can be family style or buffet, and kids under 3 get to eat there for free. Um,
Oh.
so like this last trip that we went, almost all of our table service meals were character dining, buffet or family style. So
Hmm.
we didn't pay for any of their meals. They got to eat for free. Um, so now that they're older, that may change a little bit, like because it's going to cost us. Now we're going to be paying for 4 people to eat at Tusker House or the Garden Grill or Ohana. Like, so it may change for
Yeah.
us. We may not want to spend that money. So again, it really is something that you have to take into planning in your trip because it's not. I'm the Disney foodie of the podcast. Disney goes all out with their food. So
Yeah.
you can either eat cheap or you can have a really great time, see a whole bunch of characters, and eat some really fabulous food.
Yeah.
But you, you
100%.
you gotta plan for it. You really do.
What is your opinion on Chef Mickey's?
Chef Mickey's is a cesspool of germ. No, I'm just kidding.
No, no, finish that thought, please.
No, I think you go to Chef Mickey's for the characters and the
Yeah.
experience. Like you don't
Yeah.
go for the food. I personally have not been for breakfast. I hear amazing things about their breakfast. Um, but to me, it's the Golden Corral of Disney World. Like
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that before, and that's perfect.
as you go down the buffet, you literally have something of every style. You have Mediterranean, you have Italian, you have Mexican,
Yeah.
you've got American. Like it really is the Golden Corral of Disney with characters. The
Yeah.
food is by far nowhere impressive, but you have a lot of options and you
Hmm.
get to see the characters like
Yeah.
that. And I've never actually referred to it as that before. I'm super proud of myself for coming up with that.
Yeah,
But
that was great.
that's exactly what it is it's Golden Corral at Disney with characters.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think it's one of the easier spots to see Mickey in your meals.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I think, and it is super cool to go inside the Contemporary and see the Contemporary. Like it is such a
Yeah,
gorgeous
yeah.
resort,
Yeah.
especially with the retheming that they did for the Incredibles,
Incredibles.
right? Yeah. So absolutely gorgeous resort. I think it's such a cool opportunity to eat in there, but just definitely don't have high expectations of the food that you're going to eat.
No, not at all. Hot tip. Just eat at Contempo Cafe and you can see Mickey from there.
Yes.
They have
Did you
good flatbreads.
did you see the TikTok where the dude called Pluto Goofy? I
Yeah.
think that's what it was. And the character was so mad. Like
So
he
mad.
got cast members involved. He was like
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah.
hilarious. I really do love the
Yeah.
characters. Like that is one of my favorite things about, Disney and character dining. Like if you've never been before, try to squeeze in a character dining. Um because the characters like they don't just like wave and they're too busy for you. Like
No, they come to each
you have
individual
like
table.
you're gonna have like 3 or 4 minutes with every character at your
Hmm.
table. A cast member is gonna come around and say, "Hey, who have you seen so far? Is there anybody that hasn't come by but your table?" Like
Yeah.
the character handlers are absolutely fabulous at Disney restaurants to make sure that every child or adult gets to fully experience the time with the characters, and I absolutely love that about Disney. So, as we
Yeah.
talk about, splurging or not splurging on dining at Disney, if you've never been, try to take that opportunity. There's a lot of great options when it comes to character dining. I think it was a Disney food blog today who posted like broke down all the character dinings and where they rate them. So there's definitely some expensive character dining, but there's also some pretty cheap character dining. So definitely take a look. And if you have questions, reach out to us. That's what we're here for.
Yep. Absolutely. Um, that was a very good little topic you had there, Fred. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks. It's like I know what I'm
Uh,
talking about sometimes.
yeah. So weird. Park
Sometimes
days
I
on
just
a
show up and wing
dime.
it.
Most times you just show up and wing
I
it, but
do.
we won't talk about it. Park days on a dime or first class magic. Lightning lane strategies for both budget and luxury travelers. The first trip we took with our kids, we were at Disney for, I think we had 6 park days with the hopper or four. I don't know.
Mhm.
But we only bought lightning lanes for certain days. Like the first day we were at Magic Kingdom, we bought a lightning lane. The next day we went to Animal Kingdom and then Magic Kingdom, we didn't get a lightning lane because you don't really need it for Animal Kingdom, especially if you're going back. And then we'd already done mostly
Yeah.
everything at Magic Kingdom. So you really have to think ahead and plan out those days when it comes to lightning lanes and how you want to use them. I believe now it's a week before your trip. If you're staying on property, you can book, yeah, 7 days before your trip. Um, if you're
Bef-
staying on property,
Before your first ticket day.
before your first ticket day. My bad.
Don't get that very good. That I say that um, because like if you don't have a resort, it's 3 days before your first park day. If you're staying on
Yeah.
property, it's more than likely gonna be 7 days from check in. So that can be
Okay.
very confusing for some people. Yeah, because like I did it a couple months ago on a client. Like I forgot that he was staying off property, so I did it. I was 1 day late. Luckily, I still got him everything he wanted for
Yeah.
lightning lanes, but it's very important to keep that in mind. So it's from your first ticket day that you can start using your tickets. Which, of course, if you're staying on property, it's check-in day.
Yeah. 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 You get three lightning lanes
Hmm.
that you can choose from on your 7 day or 3 day out of planning. You definitely want to pick those heavy hitters as one. I think you get one heavy hitter and two of the tier two
Hmm.
options. Epcot has switched theirs up a bit, so just something to keep in mind. And yeah, I mean,
Pure chaos going on there right now.
at Epcot,
Yeah, because
yeah,
especially now that test track is bumped up, like it's causing some chaos in the availability. So
I am gonna have to keep an eye on that because we're gonna have to do test track. I don't think our kids will forgive us if we don't get one for test track.
I will tell you, um, one of the things that I use as a travel agent. It's a free tool. It's totally available for everybody out there. But I use Thrill Data, the website. It's an absolutely
Yep.
fabulous website that goes very, very, very in depth. Because especially if you use a travel agent, not all travel agents do the same things.
Mhm.
So, like, typically I don't book lightning lanes for clients, but if they've never been or if they ask me, like, I'm absolutely here to help. And so I use Thrill Data. Like, it does a really good job of breaking down what rides are hot right now. It has a 21-day calendar so you can see, what's currently booked. And that way it really gives you an idea of like before you go into booking your lightning lanes, what's going to be available. And it also has a breakdown based off of recent trends. Like, hey, here's the priority that you should book your lightning lane in because that is super, super important. Um, you know, Hollywood Studios is more than likely going to sell out before Magic Kingdom. So you're going to want to buy and book your Hollywood Studios day before your Magic Kingdom day. Like,
Yeah.
definitely, if you're going to do lightning lanes and you're going to spend the money, because ultimately that's what this episode is about,
Hmm.
is it worth spending the money? Do your research. Don't be that person that goes and books Animal Kingdom first because you don't need it.
No, not at all.
So yeah, it's super important that you do your research. But definitely check it out. If you're traveling soon and you're planning to use lightning lanes, definitely check out Thrill Data. Fabulous website that is again free, and it just does a full deep dive on everything that was and always will be lightning lane.
Do they have an app or is it just the
I think
website?
it's just the website. I haven't seen an app. I know that they have. I think they have a TikTok. I think they definitely have an Instagram, but they'll definitely post
Okay.
stuff every day and be like, hey, here's a review of what happened today, and sometimes like you can even set notifications and they'll say like, hey, Slinky Dog just opened back up, just to kind of give people an update because that's one of the ones that always sells out super fast,
Hmm.
and just because it sells out before you get there does not mean Disney won't add more time slots the
Morning
day
of.
of.
Yep.
So lots of tips and tricks on that website. Really great, great website.
Yeah. Along with Thrill Data, I forgot to mention this when we were talking about dining, but if you're trying to snag those ADRs, you can't find something, always use Mouse Dining.
Yes.
There is a paid tier, but there's also a free tier. I utilize it when, we have something that we definitely want that we weren't able to
Yeah.
snag. It's gotten me Ohana in a pinch a couple times,
Yep.
Beaches and Cream.
You definitely,
But yeah,
especially with those websites that are like that. Yeah. With those websites like that, especially for dining, you got to be quick. Like,
yeah, that's the only thing is
yeah,
like
it can't
if you're
book it
not
for
on
you.
your phone, no. So like you
Yeah.
have to be on your phone the second you get the notification. You have to go straight to the website and book
Yep.
it, or else you're
So,
gonna miss it.
which there's a lot of really great websites, which I think that's one of them that will send you a link to your phone that will take
Yep.
you directly to the dining reservation. So
Yep.
if you get to it fast enough, it's very simple. Always stay logged into your My Disney account on your phone if you can, especially if you're trying to get those hard to get dining reservations. Because when it sends you that link, it'll just make it so much faster for you to be able to secure that dining reservation.
Yep. Absolutely. Thanks for remembering Thrill Data, so I can remember that one. Free activities to do while you're staying at your resort. My favorite thing to do, hands down. We've even taken a trip without the parks. We've just resort hopped.
Hmm.
I went down for work a couple years ago in July. I was there from like a Monday to a Thursday or something. Thursday night, my family flew down. We spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Disney. Didn't go to a single park. We stayed at movies. We hung out at the Riviera. We skylined. We monorailed. We did everything. Um, I am absolutely a huge proponent for resort hopping. It's the most fun thing ever.
Yeah, I've talked about it before on the podcast. When we went back in September, we did a 14-day trip. We did 7 park day, 3 resort days, 2 travel days. That's not
Yeah.
14, but it was close. So on those 3 resort days, like that's exactly what we did was we resort hopped, and that was the first time I'd ever really resort hopped. Um, and it was a game changer. Like it really is.
Yeah.
One of the great things about staying on Disney is the Disney transportation. And there's, between the buses, between the boats, between the monorail, and between the Skyliner, you have lots of different ways to get around.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
like, we started at Pop Century. We went over to Caribbean Beach. We went over to Riviera. We went over to Boardwalk. And
Yacht Club.
thank you.
Beaches and Cream.
Yep.
That one.
Yeah, we went over there. We went over to the Polynesian. We went over to the Grand Floridian. We went to Contemporary. We went to Port Orleans Riviera and French Quarter. Like we literally hit so many resorts on that trip, and that was honestly some of my favorite times. It was being in the resorts is such a hustle and bustle, and it's trying to get to this ride, it's trying to get to that ride, try to get to this show. Like it's just chaos, and it's so nice
Mm-hmm.
to be able to just slow down and just go visit some other resorts and experience the food that they have. Like some of the best food that Disney has is in a resort.
Yep, absolutely.
I can't pronounce it, um, and I honestly can't remember what it's called, but the blueberry pancakes from the Riviera quick service breakfast place to die for, like absolutely to die for. Like the lemon blueberry pancakes, that's what they were. They were amazing. So if you can put it in your schedule, absolutely take a day and just go resort hop. Um,
Yep.
there's all sorts of different ways that you can get around without a car. It's definitely important to do it without a car because if you're not staying at that resort, they're not going to let you park at that resort. So
Nope.
definitely use transportation. You know, um, take a bus over to Disney Springs, and then from there, hop on a bus to any resort that you need to go to.
Yep.
Disney Springs is the center of it all, so you can just go anywhere from there. Absolutely fabulous uh, option, and again, it's free. So you can't swim at other resorts. Please don't go swim at other resorts.
No pool hopping allowed.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. I see it posted on Facebook groups all the time. I'm
Hmm.
staying at All Star Sports. Can I go swim at All Star Movies pool? No, you can't.
Well, I think you're allowed to do it at the All Star, like the All Star sports
Yeah,
or the All Star
there are
resorts.
a
I think
couple.
you're allowed
Yeah,
to share those. But other than that,
yeah.
don't be a dirtbag.
Don't stay at All Star Sports and go try to swim at
Caribbean
Storm
Beach
Along Bay. Like it's not going to go well.
will never happen.
But you can go, and I mean there are activities for the families all day throughout the day. You can absolutely go to other resorts and partake in those activities. And
Yeah.
nobody's gonna bat an eye. Like,
No.
stay at All Star Sports and go be bougie for an hour at the Grand Floridian.
Please.
That's what we did. Like, it was a fabulous time.
Um. First and foremost, we had someone on TikTok say, "Can you wish Ella a happy birthday?" So Ella, happy birthday on TikTok.
Hey, happy birthday, Ella!
Second of all, and I posted about this on Facebook a while ago, but my favorite activity that we've ever done at a resort, we stayed at Caribbean Beach. It was for our honeymoon. For $50, you can go up to the California Grill at the Contemporary and pay in a castle.
Yeah,
You can take your own beverages up there. I literally went down to Contempo Cafe, grabbed a Blue Moon, went back up to California Grill, drank my Blue Moon, and painted a castle. It's super cool. You have the views of Magic Kingdom up there. You get to pick your paint
yeah,
scheme, and then you leave it there. They glaze it, and you pick it up the next day.
yeah,
It was a super cool experience. They even let you like go out on the viewing bridge and like take pictures with all of it. But it's just little stuff like that that you can do at any resort.
yeah.
They have Sangria University over at Coronado Springs, I believe. They are always doing like painting classes. They do tie dye at Pop Century.
Yep,
I'm sure they do it at a ton of other like value resorts.
yeah.
But the Gingerbread House, rest in peace this Christmas. But next Christmas, go see all the gingerbread houses. For Easter, they have Easter eggs at all of the
Oh,
deluxe
we were
resorts
there. It was
typically.
so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like Fred said, get out, adventure. You don't have to pay to go to a resort. Get in there and
Yeah,
explore the crap out of it.
yeah, absolutely. It's a fabulous free thing to do.
Yeah. Uh,
Luxury upgrades, my favorite thing to talk about.
is it?
It is. I haven't gone on a VIP tour myself. Like, I'm telling you, if you can splurge for a VIP tour at Disney, do it. Like, don't think about it. Don't think, well, is it going to be worth the money? It's going to be worth the
Yes.
money. You're going to get more out of that tour than you're going to get out of your whole Disney trip. Like,
Yeah.
VIP tours are an absolute amazing thing to do. One, like you get your one-on-one time with a cast member, which
Mhm.
if you have a passion for Disney, it's a really great time to share that passion with somebody who's probably more passionate than you are.
Yep, yep.
And they just want to be there and talk to you. Like they wouldn't be a VIP tour guide if they didn't want to talk to you.
They want to share everything they
Yeah.
know.
Two, you have automatic priority at any place you want to go. Um, like again, I mentioned it previously when I talked about my Disneyland VIP tour. We all placed orders for mint juleps, gave him our order number, and he moved us to the very front of that like 30-minute line that there was to get mint juleps.
Yeah.
And every ride, he got us on the lightning lane. If there wasn't a lightning lane, we went in the exit. So like it, I'm telling you, we knocked out almost every single ride at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure in 6 hours. Like,
Wow. It's
it was
impressive.
absolutely amazing time. Disney World is gonna be different because there's 4 parks that are not right across the road from each other. So it isn't,
Yeah.
definitely don't expect to do all of Disney World in one day,
Yeah.
but definitely you're gonna get a lot out of it, and it really is. It's totally worth doing a VIP tour.
Yeah. I think our motto has been going beyond the podcast to D23 for 2026, but I think I would like to rework that to going beyond the podcast keys to the kingdom 2026. Yeah.
I've always
I
wanted
think
to
it
do a
would be
Keys to the Kingdom tour.
me too. I think it would be a lot easier for all of us to do
Yeah,
than to Disneyland.
I mean, I'm down. It, there's so much more to Disney than just going to the parks. Like, I mean, we've
Yeah.
talked about a lot of it so far on this episode, but the amount of private tours that you can do, between Keys to the Kingdom, which really gives you a backstage view of Magic Kingdom, getting you to see in the corridors underneath the park, where the cast members walk every day, you know, going up close with elephants over at Animal Kingdom, getting behind the scenes look at Living with the Land over at Epcot. There really just is so much to do to really take the Disney experience beyond what a lot of people get to do. And some of them are super affordable. Like your
Mm-hmm.
Keys to the Kingdom tour is going to be a little bit pricey. It's not going to be anywhere near a VIP tour, which is going to be thousands of dollars more than likely.
Yeah.
But if, 100 something dollars per person for Keys to the Kingdom, up close with
Yeah.
the rhinos is like 50, 40, 20, $50. It's like under $50, I think. Because I was looking at it for a previous client. I was going to give it to them
Gotcha.
as a gift because they loved elephants or rhinos or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
you told me about that. Yeah, yeah.
So, like,
And even behind the scenes is super expensive. I don't think it's even any more than like $30 a
no,
person.
it's not. I mean, you're just looking at seeds and vegetables,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it would be a fabulous thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You really get to experience the the why behind Disney, and that's just not.
Yeah, and
Excuse me, it's on the bucket list.
yeah, and I think that that's why Fred and I and Lori do what we do. Those are the type of experiences that we love to learn about, and we want
Yeah,
to share with everyone else.
yeah.
So, that's why we're here chatting with you guys today.
And I'll say before we move on to the last topic, uh, I assume in what this question is asking on our spreadsheet is the premium premier pass worth it?
Yes,
Absolutely.
if you can afford it.
Yeah, I mean if you can afford it, like um there was a travel agent that posted in a travel agent group the other day that I'm part of, and she was like, I need somebody to really tell me if it's worth it because she was like, I'm about to spend like $1,000 on premier
Oh my
pass.
gosh. Yeah.
And I mean, I had a client go in January, and I mean, let's be honest, like she earned it, I assume. I don't know a lot about her. She was one of the sweetest, kindest old ladies I've ever worked with. Um, I'm gonna assume that she was loaded, and
Oh,
because she booked a room for her and her daughter's family at the Contemporary,
wow.
um, and they bought Lightning or Premier passes. Um, and so I mean, good for her. But I've heard a
Proud
lot
of
of
her.
people just say like it's worth it, like it is all day. If you can afford to go for the Premier Pass, I mean, it's unlimited. I mean, it's unlimited lightning lanes, and you don't have to book anything. You literally just show up, scan your
Just
magic
show up.
band, and you get in. Like
That sounds amazing.
it really
If
is.
anyone wants to donate for going beyond the castle to do that,
Yeah,
we'll let you know
X.
where you can
We'll
find
start
the
the
link.
GoFundMe.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Which is actually better? What are the pros of budgeting? And I'll go over the pros of luxury.
I mean, if you're tight on money, like, and that's the biggest thing. Like, I think you have to be realistic with your budget.
Yeah.
If you're a family that lives in Washington State, and you've got to fly to Disney, you want to do a week at Disney, staying on property with 5-day tickets, uh, and you tell me that your budget's $2,000, we need to have a
Ain't gonna happen.
conversation. Like, uh, because what a lot of people don't realize is tickets is where your money's gonna land. Like,
Mm-hmm.
tickets are so expensive to Disney. They really are. I hate to say that.
Yeah.
but that's where all of your money goes in. Um, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Disney is what you make it all day.
Mhm.
If you want to do a budget trip, do a budget trip. Stay at the cheapest resort. I will say it, stay on property. Don't stay off property. We've talked a lot about a lot of we've given a lot of reasons why, so I'm not going to go back into them, but stay on property. Go for the cheapest resort. Don't do a dining plan. Order your groceries, and go. Get 4-day tickets. You can do the parks in 4 days, um, and
Yep.
that's all you need to do. And just go in with the mindset that you're going to have the greatest time ever. If you go into it with a mindset that, oh, well, we can't really spend a lot of money, you're going to be negative the whole time. Like,
Yep. Absolutely.
go into the mindset that you're thankful that you're going to Disney. You're going to have the most magical time ever. And that's exactly what it's going to be, especially if you have children. Like, I
Yeah.
can't preach it enough. Your children will go off of the vibe that you set. And if you go into it with the super, super big mindset, because I mean, let's be honest, like when it comes down to it, your families are the ones that are doing the budget trips.
Mhm.
Like, and I
Yep.
mean, it is what it is because you had kids. I have kids. I knew when I had kids that I needed to be financially prepared for kids, and that's okay. So go into, they don't know whether you're staying at a value resort or a deluxe resort. They
They don't
don't,
care.
they care about spending time with you and having the best, how many ever days of their lives. And if you go into it with that mindset, you're going to have the best budget trip all day. There's no cons to it at all.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, and I might have, but my family grew up. We weren't very well off. We always drove down. We live in South Bend, Indiana, so that was a 18-hour drive sometimes. Yeah. And literally, what I can remember from those trips is staying in a vacation home and swimming, and packing food when we went to the parks, and taking a break during the day, coming out to the car, eating sandwiches, drinking Mountain Dew, eating Doritos before we go back in.
Yeah.
Like, for you,
I
yeah,
was following the Nat. Sorry.
yeah. I didn't know if you were following the net or you had opinions about
I
my
fully agree with
Doritos.
what you said. Like,
Yeah, like I don't remember lightning lanes
no,
and fast passes and where we ate and what we did. I just remember like the minute details of it all.
like that's
So,
that's what it comes down to. Like, don't be afraid to go to Disney on a budget. Like, Disney is what you make it all
yeah.
day. Disney
Yeah.
is magical, hands down. Aside from the fighting and the kicking and the punching that takes place outside the front gate over a photo spot from time to time, Disney is
Yeah.
magical. Did you see that video? That dude was like, oh,
I think
he was
so, yeah.
laying into the guy. But I digress. Um,
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yes. Disney is magical. It's there to be magical. Let it be magical, regardless how much money you have. I mean, at the end of the day, either your family's used to being on a budget or they're not. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, your kids should be used to, when they go places, hey, can I get something? Like, I mean, if you have to tell them no, you tell them no. Like, it is what it is. Don't be afraid to
Yeah.
be that parent. Take the no and make something else magical for them. Don't be afraid to go to Disney on a budget. You're gonna have as much of a magical time as you want to have. Jimmy posted and said, good budgeting tool we used when our kids were younger was getting them gift cards for an X amount of money. Absolutely. I see that all
Perfect.
the time. Like,
That's what we do.
yeah, I mean, hey, I've done it for people, not necessarily kids, but I've done it for people. Won't go into details on that.
Jamel.
No. Here's your $5. No, like it's that's absolutely an amazing idea. Like, one of the great things
Yep.
about Disney is that it used to be much longer, but you can typically book like a year and some change out. So book early, make the payments over time so that, pay as much as you can over, before your trip comes and pay off as much of your trip as you can. And then
Yep.
while you're doing that, set aside some money. If you have kids, set aside some money on a Disney gift card. If you book your trip 12 months out and start setting aside, you know, $10 a month for each kid. That's $120 that that kid is going to have on a gift card. Um, which again adds up over time. And I mean, unless your kid is super bougie, walks in wanting the $50,000 crystal Cinderella castle or the diamond
Right.
Cinderella castle, your kid's going to ask for like a $20 stuffy. Like,
Yeah, our kids want to build droids, and luckily their birthdays are this month. So we
nice.
have just told family that what do they want for their birthday? They want a Disney gift card because they want to build a
Yeah.
droid.
And that's another thing. Like, talk to family, talk to friends. Like, if you have a birthday coming up before the trip or Christmas coming up, be like, hey, they know we're going to Disney. Get them a Disney gift card.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Jimmy just said that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I have a birthday when we're going on our trip too. If anyone
I'm
wants
not
to give
getting
me
you a
a
gift card.
Disney, oh well, thanks. At least I did
Lori
it.
and I will go in together and get you a gift card.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, excellent tip there, Jimmy. And I think Fred and I will definitely recommend
I
that
feel like
all
Jimmy
day.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Jimmy has been around the block a time or two.
Yes.
There. I guess we should hit cons of budgeting, and I can do that. The cons of staying value are really you make the cons whatever you want them to be. If you're looking at it at like a value versus deluxe kind of argument, you're not getting the nicer pools, you're not getting the nicer dining.
Yeah.
The rooms aren't as well themed as a deluxe resort. But at the end of the day, who cares? You still have a pool to swim in. There's still dining options for you
Yeah.
at All Star Sports. Um, you still have a pillow to lay your head on every night. You have the cute little pull down bed with the cute picture of Huey, Dewey, and Louie
Yep.
sleeping. There's a TV, there's a bathroom, there's a sink. What more could you need?
Yeah. I mean, again, like, I'll say this for luxury too. Like, I don't think I think you make the pros and cons when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
booking a Disney trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it comes down to what you want to do. Like, if you want to be that person that wants to stay in the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian or Contemporary or, Animal Kingdom Lodge, like, if that's what you want to do, but you can't afford it, put that trip off. Like, spend
Yeah.
some more time saving up. Like, you know, Disney ain't going nowhere.
No, they'll be here.
They're gonna be here. So like, take the time and save up for the trip that you want to have.
And there
Or
might even be a promo
right,
if
yeah,
you wait it out.
absolutely. Like Disney will hardly ever release promotions on tickets, so don't get your hopes set on that.
Yeah, no, not at
But
all.
definitely get your hopes set on room discounts. We see room discounts every quarter. The
Yep.
discounts vary, whether it's off rooms, off dining plans. Like the promotions are always changing, but there is almost a guarantee that there's going to be some type of discount, a new type of discount. Spring, winter, fall, summer. Like there's going to be some type of discount.
Yep.
It's typically not going to be released until maybe 4 to 5 months out, which is a great reason to get a travel agent because that is our job, is to find those promotions and when they drop to apply them to your trip. Um, so that way we save you money. So, definitely keep an eye out for those promotions.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Pros of staying luxury are kind of the opposite of the cons that I just talked about. You get the nicer pools, you have the nicer rooms. There's definitely more options when it comes to dining. And the other really cool perk that you get when you're staying deluxe is on select nights you get the extra what is it, half hour to hour in the
Yeah.
parks. So it is completely up to you, how you spend your vacation. And if you you want to spend your vacation more so in your room and at your resort, then by all means stay deluxe. I always said that I always joke with my wife that if we're gonna stay the Polynesian, then I want like 2 days in the park because I want to enjoy what we're paying for at the Polynesian.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy the lobby. I want to enjoy the pools. I want to enjoy everything that the Polynesian has to offer me if I am paying that much money for it. So just definitely something to think about. Um, Jimmy says the biggest problem with value is the room size. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And their DVC. So it sounds like we need to be friends with Jimmy. But when they're short on points, they have no issues staying at
Lori
a
is
value resort.
Lori is friends with Jimmy.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So
Jimmy, what is your home resort?
by being Lori being friends with Jimmy, we are automatically friends with Jimmy, which means
Yes,
Jimmy is going to
yes.
let us use his DVC resort.
DVC points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Thank
another
you,
thing to
Jimmy. We
chat about.
appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Um, Another thing to talk about, and we don't have to jump into all the specifics of it, but if you want to stay deluxe, definitely look into renting DVC points from a DVC wholesaler if that's an option if
Yeah.
they don't go out of business.
I have. I know we looked into it a couple years ago.
Yeah, we have to.
We never followed through with it because at the time I wasn't a travel agent yet, and my travel agent was kind of talking me away from it. Obviously, because as a travel agent, like he can't really help me when they do DVC stuff. So it's a little
Yeah,
bit wonky, and I don't know what all
yeah,
the like there were stipulations also. I don't speak on the DVC stuff just because I don't really know a lot of it. Saratoga
yeah,
Springs super nice though.
yeah. I've stayed at Saratoga. I completely forgot I've stayed there. It is super nice. Like, it's not a bad resort. It gives me old people vibes, but also a really cool resort, really close to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Great amenities and good rooms, good room sizes too.
Um, I think the biggest con, because I'm going to keep us moving.
Go for it.
I think the biggest con about staying, again, I think pros and cons are person dependent. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, I think the biggest con of staying at a deluxe resort is just that the amount of money you're paying for a room. Like to me, it's just not worth it.
Mm-mm.
I would say if we were taking like a weekend trip and we weren't doing parks, we were just solely like a resort weekend just to get away, kind of like Rachel and I did this weekend at at Hard Rock. We just took a night and got away. I think if we were doing that, I think I would absolutely stay at a deluxe resort because the focus would be on the resort, taking in all the amenities of the resort. Because there are so much more amenities at a deluxe resort. You know, the spa being one of them, gym access. Like there are a lot more amenities that you're going to see at a deluxe resort, and even some moderate resorts that you're not going to see at a value resort.
Yeah,
So, like, I don't
absolutely.
personally think it's worth it to spend that money, especially going to the parks. I only want a place to where after I rope dropped and stayed until after park closed, I just want to sleep. I want to shower. I want to
I was
sleep.
gonna say I need to
Like
shower and then I will definitely sleep.
I don't I don't want to spend time looking around the resort and you know that's why we stay at value resorts because we would rather focus attention on the parks. And again,
Right.
I think that is person dependent. Like I think that's the only con if you're that type of person.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and I think you made a good point there, and I tried to make it earlier. Like, if you're staying at a deluxe resort, the focus needs to be on the deluxe resort.
Yeah.
We say that, we go to Disney for the parks, we don't go to Disney for the resorts. So that's like a whole different conversation. But yeah, if you're going to a deluxe resort, that's where all of your time
Yeah.
should be devoted to.
For sure.
To wrap up here, do you want to craft your perfect trip,
It's
budget
really
versus luxury?
it's really simple. It's really simple.
I think
Pol-
ours are going to be similar.
I think they are Polynesian
Mm-hmm.
with Park Hopper, a
Yes.
Disney dining plan,
Uh huh.
and Premier Pass for every single park.
Yeah. Uh, and you know what? I want to separate all of that. That's exactly what I would do too. But I want a whole day just for Keys to the Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Give me an extra day. Give me a
I
couple days
wonder
off too.
I wonder if on a VIP tour if they can take you into the corridors. I'm
Utilidors.
utilidors. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm curious.
If so,
Can I spend my entire time in the Disney break room with the VIP tour guide?
yeah, please. They have like
Slash, can I put
cafeterias
on
on.
a Stitch costume?
No, that would be creepy. Don't do that, Fred.
Like the actual Stitch that the cast
Yeah,
members wear? Like, I just want to try it
yep.
on one time.
Just
Like,
once.
just for 5 minutes. I want to wear Stitch.
And the second you try it on is when you'll go out in handcuffs.
And I mean, but if I'm on a VIP tour guide, like, can I wear Stitch just for
What do
five
I have to
minutes?
sign in order for this to be a legally binding document?
Yes.
I agree. Polynesian is the move. If not the Polynesian, probably the Riviera. I've always wanted to stay there too.
My buddy, I have an army buddy. He's not in the army anymore, but I'm booking. I have booked. I'm sending them on a Disney cruise line in March. They're DVC
Nice.
members, and their DVC resort is Riviera, and they just talk
Nice.
about how absolutely gorgeous it is.
Yeah.
It really is such a gorgeous resort, especially outside. Like I have never been inside the resort. I've only been in the quick service restaurant, and then on the property. But when you have bocce ball on your property, that's bougie.
That is 100% bougie,
And my
and
kids
sign
don't
me
play
up.
bocce ball very well.
My kids would just throw the balls at each other, and then
Yeah.
someone would end up being hurt.
Yeah, it's fun time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool, cool. Well, yeah, I think that wraps up today's episode. We did just fine without Lori, and we did not go off the rails too much.
Yeah, no. I want to say I want Lori to come back, so I will say that we need her back.
She'll be back next week if she doesn't
But we
die.
also did just fine.
We did just fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last comments before I wrap us up?
Stay value
A
always.
value. Facts. Cool, cool. Yeah, had a great time talking, Disney on a budget versus Disney Deluxe. So definitely lots to think about when you are booking a Disney trip. Um, you know, Disney is as customizable as you want it to be.
Yeah.
So again, if Lori were here, she would echo it. You know, use a travel agent. Like, that's what we're here for. Um, we are here to help you figure out how to best live Disney, how to live your best Disney life within your
Yeah.
budget or within your ever bougie loving desires. Like that's exactly what we're here for. So definitely use a travel agent. So that way we can help you live your best life. So as we wrap up, want to give a shout out to everybody that joined us. We had quite a bit of people join us tonight, whether it was
Nice.
on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok. So definitely thanks for joining us. We would love for you guys to stay up to date with us as we continue to live our best lives doing this podcast each and every week. And I think the best way to do that is through our Beacons channel, beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. Has everywhere that you can find us. On our social media channels, it has both Lori and I's travel agent websites, and it has our video and our audio podcasts that you can find. If you're looking to go a little bit more in depth with Going Beyond the Castle, you can head over to our website, www.goingbeyondthecastle.com. Everything is there that is Going Beyond the Castle, whether it's our weekly blog that we have published each Friday, our audio and video podcast that we publish each Wednesday, or you just want to learn more about Lori, Ashley, and I, you can do that there. Maybe one day we'll get our merch back up and running. So check that out soon.
Yep.
And then the last thing is if you want to connect with us, we do have an email address, info@goingbeyondthecastle.com. You can reach out to us directly there. All three of us have access to that email. Definitely reach out, give us feedback on a recent episode, talk to us about an episode that you'd love to hear in the future, or if you're looking to book a trip, that's how you can reach out to Lori and I, and we can help you book the Disney trip of your dreams. So with that being said, I think that's it. So thanks for joining us. As always, keep going beyond the castle, and we will see you guys next week.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today on Going Beyond the Castle. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did sharing. To stay up to date on all things Going Beyond the Castle, head over to our website, goingbeyondthecastle.com. There you'll find more info about your hosts, both audio and video versions of our episodes, our weekly blog, and even some fan favorite merchandise. Want to follow along on social media? The easiest way to connect with us is through our Beacons channel, beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. You'll find links to all our social platforms, travel updates, and giveaways in one place. And hey, if you're dreaming about your next big adventure, whether it's Disney, Universal, a cruise, or a tropical escape, we'd love to help make it happen. Our travel planning services are completely free when you book through us. Until next time, keep dreaming big, keep exploring, and as always, go beyond the castle.